Okay, there we go. Hi everyone. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Hello, horse lover. How are you? Hey William, how are you today? Welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. How was your New Year's? What did you get up to? It's 2026. It's the first day of the year, and I've never done a stream on New Year's Day before, but we've got a Lego set that I'm going to be building today. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And because it's the first day of the year as well, I might talk a bit about what I've got planned for this year, which is quite a lot, actually. I'm really excited. Hi, Happy New Year, horse lover. Thank you. Hi, Kyle. How are you doing? We'll give it a minute or two before we actually get into the building. But yeah, we're going to be building the Lego Droideka today. This is the set that I've got. This was a Christmas present from my brother, and I've saved it to build on stream today. We'll take a look at that in a minute. This is the first Lego building stream we've done in a while. I think the last Lego stream we did was the Game Boy, which was, I think, October, so a couple of months back now. But yeah, we've got the new Droideka. I'm going to get this built. And hopefully at some point this month, I'm going to do another Lego tour video. Because I've gotten a couple of other new Lego sets for Christmas this year, and I've picked up a couple of other bits and pieces myself over the last couple of months, which I'll show you later. Once we've built the set, we'll have a look around the room and I'll show you what's new. But yeah, there's probably going to be another Lego tour video coming in January. 2016 is now 10 years ago and it keeps me up, says number one PJ. Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. 2016, 10 years ago, I was in my final year of school, secondary school, sixth form, which means it's been almost 10 years since I started university. Wow, that is wild. Isn't time a wonderful thing? It just keeps on going. How are you doing, Charlie? Currently shopping. Nice one. Getting some New Year's shopping done. When are you going to start Kinlake? Says Horse Lover. Next Friday, Horse Lover. So I'm still technically on my winter break at the minute. I'm still technically on holiday. I'm not properly getting back into streaming until next week. But yeah, I've just posted my schedule today on Discord, and I've also posted it as a story here on TikTok, so you can take a quick look at that if you want to see what I'm streaming this month. But Minecraft, Euro Truck, and Farming Sim, they're all coming back. I'm going to be streaming those next week. And yeah, we are going to be starting Kinlake on Farming Sim 25 from the Highlands Fishing DLC. And I've got a new mod pack as well. I've put together an ultra-realistic mod pack, so it's going to be a real challenge. But I'm very, very excited for that. But yes, getting back to today's stream, we are going to be building the Lego Droideka. This is set number 75381. This was a Christmas present from my brother. I also got another Lego Star Wars set from my mum, which is the Tantive 4. And I also got a bulldozer from Lego City as well. I'll show you those later. But we are going to be building this today. Really cool set, really unexpected. It's one of those sets that I wouldn't have thought to buy for myself. You know, it's not one of those sets that I'd look at and think I'm going to get that. But, you know, getting it as a gift, it looks really cool. I'm really excited to build it. I'm hoping once it's finished, it will fit on my little square shelves there. I'm probably going to put it on the top shelf where the space shuttle is at the minute. It should just about fit. It says on it that it says on the actual box that the set is 16 centimeters wide at the base, and my shelves are only 12 centimeters. But maybe it'll fit when it's rolled up into a ball, or, you know, if we put it at a weird angle, it might sit on there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. I am going to move over. I'm going to move my camera over. The reason that I'm so low is because I've put my chair low for us to be able to work on the desk. So I'm going to move my camera over, and then we're going to start building. I am going to put a little bit of music on as well. I didn't want to put on any music from Star Wars itself because I don't want Disney to copyright strike me or anything like that. So what I've decided to do is we're going to listen to The Planet Suite by Gustav Holst. It's a classical music suite which inspired a lot of the music from Star Wars, so I thought it was similar enough. So I'm going to put that on in the background. I'm going to move the camera now to somewhere where you can see the desk properly, and then we are going to start building. Okay, first things first, let's move the camera. There we go. Let me move my monster out of the way. There we go. Okay, hopefully you can see the desk all right, and you'll be able to see me building. Let me just move my keyboard. And put some music on. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear the music. I've tried putting music on in previous streams when we've been building Lego, and the mic doesn't always pick it up that well, so I don't know if you'll even hear the music, but there is some music on. But yeah, this is the Droideka set 75381. Obviously, this is the Droideka from the prequel trilogy. It first appeared in The Phantom Menace in 1999. And can't hear it, says Harvey. It's only just starting, so it's quite quiet at the minute. What do you use to display your sets? Trying to find a way to display my helmet sets, says Jay. I just put my sets on shelves, Jay. I don't have any like display cases or anything like that. But I've got plenty of shelves. If you want to display sets individually, get square shelves. Like I've got some over here. Get yourself some shelves like that, because they're quite cheap. You can get loads and loads of them. Sorry, let me just... but yeah, I recommend getting shelves. Don't waste money on display cases unless you want to. But to me, I think display cases are just a bit too expensive. I'm happy enough to just have mine out on a shelf. Anyway, how's the music now? Too quiet? Too loud? On my end, it's really loud, but again, the mic hardly picks it up, so you probably can't hear it at all. Anyway. Oh. It's muffled, says Harvey. In that case, I might just not bother with the music, because I've had to turn it up really, really loud, and it's still muffled on the stream, so there's not really any point. I'm going to leave the music off, and I'm going to open up the set, and we'll get started. Happy New Year, Lola! How are you doing? I guess if we're not having the music on, I can shut my PC down as well. Just give me a second. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to sit here in awkward silence. Hopefully, the chat will be lively enough that I will keep talking. But here's the set. Paper bags. See how many we got. At least 6. That's 5. How are you doing and Happy New Year? Thank you, STFC. How many pieces, says Lola? This one is 500 and something. Hold on a second. It's on the other side of the box. 583 pieces, this one. How much did it cost, says STFC? I don't know. It was a Christmas present. So I'm not sure exactly how much it is. But there's 6 bags here. And again, they are paper bags because it's a newer set. We got a few stickers. Not a big fan of stickers in Lego sets, as you probably know if you're a regular viewer. But there's a couple here. They are all square, which is, you know, a little bit better. What I really hate is round stickers, because it's almost impossible to get them oriented properly. Square stickers aren't so bad. because you just line them up with the edge of the brick, right? But it's when you have like round plates and you have to put a round sticker on, and you have to make sure it's the exact right orientation. But yeah, there's a few stickers. There's also one printed piece, which is a little plaque with some information about the Droideka on it. This is a common thing with the 18 plus sets from Lego Star Wars. They have one of these little plaques in with a bit of information on them. But yeah, it's, I'll read that out later. But that's the only printed piece. Then there's a few stickers, and again, there's 6 bags. What we're building, says Charlie, we're building the Droideka from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Let's put all these bags to one side so that they're not all cluttering up my desk. And we'll start with bag number 1, I guess. Here we go. Okay, so there's some information about the Droideka as well, like from Star Wars canon. And there's also some information about the set. I'm not going to read it all out because there's quite a lot. It's quite wordy. I do appreciate the 18 plus sets having a little bit of a foreword in them, though. It's apparently £60, the retail price of the set, which is pretty good, honestly, for a Lego Star Wars. But here's bag 1. I'm going to open that now. The mini bag is paper as well. That's good. They're still phasing out the plastic bags at the minute, so sometimes you'll have sets with paper bags, but then the mini bags inside are plastic. But a lot of the sets that I've got recently are all paper, which is good. Brick separator, I've got about a dozen of these now because almost every new set has one. But here's the part selection from bag 1. I've got the Concorde Lego. It was quite expensive, says Lola. Oh, the Concorde is on my wish list, Lola. I haven't got it, but it is one set that I've got my eye on. Maybe at some point this year. Okay, here we go. Right, let's get to it then. So it looks like bag 1 is going to be the core of the Droideka, like the tripod, the base. Took me about 2 months to build, says Lola. I'm normally quite a fast builder with Lego. I try to deliberately go slow because when I was a kid, I've dropped some already. When I was a kid and I used to get Lego for Christmas, I would build it all on Christmas Day. Like, I would get 4 or 5 different sets and I would just sit and build them all in one sitting. But you know, once you've built them, the fun, you've used up the entertainment, you know. So nowadays I try to deliberately stop myself from building too quickly so that I can actually enjoy the build process. Apparently they're retiring the Millennium Falcon this year. Yes, they are, Jay. The Ultimate Collector's Series Millennium Falcon is finally being retired. I believe it's going to be at the end of the year, so you've still got an entire year to buy it if you've got 750 quid spare. But yeah, it's officially being retired, which is a shame. I wonder if they'll bring out another version, though, because it's one of those sets that's so popular. I imagine that it'll only be gone for a year or two, and they'll bring back a new version of it, like new figures or, you know, slightly redesigned. Because don't forget, the version of the version that you can buy right now isn't the original version, right? There was an older version of the UCS Millennium Falcon, which came out before the sequel trilogy. So yeah, I think they might end up doing the same thing. They might end up just retiring it for a couple of years and then bringing back another version of it. We'll see what happens. Okay, we've already got some interesting pieces here. I've never seen these in any other Lego set before. They're almost like hinges, but they're fixed. Like it's one single solid piece. But looks like we're going to put two of these together, and that gives us our sort of tripod configuration. They dropped the price to $525, says Jay. What, right now? Because I checked like a couple of days ago, and it was like full retail price, £734, I think it costs. I mean, they do have frequent sales, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was on sale at the minute. What am I doing here? Ah, right. I'm with it. I'm getting Lego Titanic next, says Lola. The Titanic is another dream set of mine. Definitely not one that I can afford anytime soon. That one is also in the 500, 600 territory. I just can't justify spending that much money on a Lego set. You know, at the minute, my limit is like £100. Hopefully this year I might put a bit of money to one side and get some slightly more expensive sets, like 200, 250. But a £550 set is, I'm not financially stable enough to spend that much money on a Lego set at this particular moment in time, you know? Just finished the Concorde, nice one. Argos currently have it at 525, says Jay. Pretty cool. That is a pretty good price, I'll admit. Still way out of my price range. Again, my limit at the minute is about £100. I think the most expensive set that I've bought in the last couple of years was the Insect Collection, and that was £80. I haven't bought a set more expensive than that in a long time. But who knows, this might be the year. I think the Concorde's about 160, so that's I could consider stretching to that. The prices are currently extortionate. It's a shame they're so expensive. True, Jay, I do think that Lego is quite overpriced. Like I say, I try to buy the cheaper sets because some of the sets are some of the prices of sets are absolutely ridiculous now. Bro's still on Windows 10 in 2026. I don't know how you can get that from the computer that isn't turned on right now, Happy Nappy, but yes, I am still on Windows 10, and I actually don't have any plans on switching to Windows 11, to be quite honest with you. I don't like it. I mean, I was on Windows XP up until like 2018. I'm not even joking. I'm probably going to be on Windows 10 for a few more years at this point. It's an expensive hobby, but damn, they look good when they're done. Exactly, Jay, exactly. It's definitely worth it to see the result, you know? Again, I do think the price of a lot of sets these days is very expensive, which is why I deliberately try to buy sets that are on the cheaper side. But it's very satisfying to see the result, you know? It's very satisfying to see a Lego set come together. And in a bit, once we've built this, I'll show you the other sets that I got for Christmas this year. Where? Am I blind? I might be blind. Am I missing? Where's that? Have I dropped a piece? Okay, well, this isn't a good start. I did actually, one of the other sets that I got this year did have a piece missing. Oh, I found it. There it is. Fortunately, if you do buy a set direct from Lego and there's a piece missing, you can request a replacement part. One of the sets that I got had a piece missing from it. But I went on the Lego website and requested a replacement, and it's on its way. So it does happen sometimes. Usually it's just that you've dropped a piece somewhere and lost it. But every now and then there's occasionally a set with a piece missing or with the wrong piece in there. The pricing of Lego is now aimed at adults instead of children. That's very true, Happy Nappy. I think a lot of Lego has geared itself a lot more towards adults in the last few years, which I do respect them for. I respect them for saying, a big part of our audience is adults. Let's make more sets that are aimed at an adult audience. But at the same time, obviously, they did use that as a bit of an excuse to start putting the prices up as well. So, okay, there we go. Coming together. Oxfordshire is getting its very first Lego store. Nice one, Dreydog. Do you live in Oxfordshire? We've had one in Yorkshire for quite a while. The one in Meadowhall's been there for a few years now. And obviously, me living in Doncaster, it's just a short trip on the train. So I'm fortunate enough that I can actually go to the Lego shop in person every now and then and see what they've got. And I do buy most of my Lego direct from Lego because I'm a member of Lego Insiders, so you get like reward points and stuff like that. It's opening in Oxford. Nice one. What time are you on till today, says Lola? However long it takes to build the set, Lola. I don't set a time limit for these Lego streams because I never know how long it's going to take to build. It might not take the full 3 hours. It probably won't, to be honest. They don't usually take that long. But yeah, we'll keep streaming until it's done. I think it's due to open at some point this year. That would be cool. Okay. This piece has got a hinge on it, so I think this is where one of the legs is going to attach. And actually, there's a hinge on the body as well, which I'm guessing is where the torso clips on. I've forgotten a piece there. Okay. That's how it looks so far, by the way. I'm going to try and keep this in the foreground where you can see it. Something that I always do in my Lego building streams is I always tend to hold the set too far away from the camera. I want you to actually be able to see it as we're progressing, so I'll try and keep it there where it's in view. I'm going on the real Concorde in a few months. Nice one, Lola. I didn't think that the real Concorde was still flying, I mean, I guess it's probably some kind of special event, right? Okay, this goes on the back. No. The front. Ah, okay. Wait, no, this is the back. I'm not quite seeing it yet. I'm not quite seeing it. It's, I'm trusting the process. It doesn't fly, but there's one at Manchester where you can experience it, and there's a full tour. Oh, that's cool. So you don't actually go up in it, but you can go inside. That's cool. Where's that gone? There. I wish it was still flying, says Lola. Honestly, it'd be so cool to actually fly on it. Okay, this is the opposite side of here. So there's three hinges on the back. I'm guessing that these two are for the legs, and this one's going to be for the torso. I make more money than you, says Happy Nappy. You probably do, Happy Nappy. I can afford Lego. Well, I mean, I can also afford Lego. There's all of my Lego over there, and I'll show you in a bit. Once we built this, we will have a little bit of a tour of the room, and I'll show you some of my other bits and pieces. Okay, yeah, we're starting to smooth off the core of the body now. As soon as I mentioned the account needs blocking, it starts speaking. Yeah, don't worry, Draydog. You've got moderator powers now, so I'll leave you to deal with that if you see fit. I noticed that Happy Nappy's profile picture is also my face, which is so predictable at this point. Like, if I had a penny for every time somebody created a burner account with my face as their profile picture, I'd be a millionaire, because they do it all the time and they think it's like the funniest shit in the world. And it's like, okay, congratulations, you screenshotted my face and then made it your profile picture. Well done. Oh, this is a cool special piece. Look at that. Specially molded, sort of ribbed front panel. I like that. Okay. Kind of sad, because surely you'd have better things to do than make fake accounts. You would think so, Lola. You would think so. But no, some people really do not have anything better going on in their lives. You do almost feel bad for them. Almost. Because you do get the impression that that leaving troll comments on my live stream is probably the only human contact they have. How does this? Oh, that goes on here. I've put one piece the wrong way around. Hold on. It was this one. Ah, there we go. That's the stomach of it, I guess. It's a droid. It doesn't have a stomach, but you know that part, midriff. That's its midriff. There we go, and that's bag one done. Doesn't quite look like a Droideka yet. It kind of just looks like a chair. But you know, we've still got 5 bags left, so let's move on. Bag number 2. Another mini bag in this one. They think it's funny, like, just let you be and be nice to one another. Thank you, Stephen. Live and let live, you know, that's what I say. Some people don't agree, and most of them have TikTok accounts. Oh my god, I love your Farming Sim posters. Thank you, Lola. The posters are from the collector's edition of Farming Sim 25. There's one for the crop calendar. That one's behind me there. There's one that shows you all the different production places, and that one there shows you all the different products that you can make. And the collector's edition is also where I got the ignition lock, which works for Farming Sim and Euro Truck. Really cool bit of kit. Okay, here we go. Bag number 2. And this looks like, well, according to the picture, this is, I think, the motor, like, in its chest. Like all the electrical gubbins. I'm thinking of getting the ignition lock. You should go for it, Stephen. As far as I know, you can still only get it as part of the collector's edition, but you know, there's probably people selling it out there as an individual piece. And the collector's edition probably doesn't cost as much now as it did when the game first came out, so. It's been over a year now since Farming Sim 25 came out. Isn't that crazy? Oh, it's got the little, what's the octan? It's got the little octan canister inside it. This is really cool. I watched a video about this the other day. Octan is like Lego's in-universe brand of petrol. Because I think way back when, Lego had a brand deal with Shell, and they put a few Shell-branded items into some of their early sets. But then that ended, and so Lego came up with their own brand called Octan. And ever since then, anytime Lego have done like petrol stations or fuel tankers, they always use this Octan brand. And they started putting it in sets as an Easter egg. Like the Droideka is powered by Octan, which is really cool. It's like a really, really long-running Easter egg in Lego sets. If you get any Lego set where there's some kind of engine or battery, have a look if they use the red, white, and green colours, because if they do, that's a reference to Octan. My brother joined your Discord. Nice one, Lola. I'm playing Farming Sim right now. Getting stuff is a nightmare, but it's so fun. I agree, Stephen. I like I say, when I come back next week, when I come back for more Farming Sim, we're going to be starting on Kinlake, but I've specifically put together a mod pack of realism, lots of realism mods. I want to try and play the game as realistically as possible this year. So we got loads of mods that are going to make the experience quite difficult, but hopefully quite rewarding as well. I'm looking forward to getting back to it. He's called Ghost Devs, says Lola. Ah, okay. How are you, Saul? I'm good, Stormtrooper. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Have you figured out the really slow vehicle mod, says Lola? Yes, so it was, as I suspected, the realistic... that I forget the exact name of it. There's a mod that gives the engine more realistic performance. I've decided not to remove it, though, because I also figured out that some of the vehicles were going slowly because I didn't connect the pipes. I'm using the manual attach mod, which means that you have to actually get out of the tractor to connect tools and stuff like that. And it turns out if you connect the trailer, like if you connect the actual drawbar but don't connect the wires, it can cause the brakes on the trailer to not work properly, which can affect how the top speed. So I'm learning. You know, I've learned my mistake. Hopefully, we should be able to keep the mod in, and it shouldn't cause us any more trouble, as long as we bear that in mind. Okay, I'm just rewinding a little bit because I got a little bit distracted and I did it a tiny bit wrong. Oh, hold on, dropped a piece. Okay, that's definitely right. Okay, I'm back on track. You built yours because I don't know how to build the machines. What do you mean, Draydog? Okay. I don't think I've seen the little bullion bars in silver before. They've got a little bit of a shine to them, which is cool. I've got the realism mods. I want to make it as realistic as possible, says Stephen. Me too, Stephen. That's the plan with the new series that I'm going to be doing this year. We're trying to keep it ultra realistic. We've got mods, we've got everything from, more realistic weather. We got more realistic fuel prices, and then we've got, bigger stuff like there's a mod called Red Tape that adds in taxes and government schemes and policies and stuff like that. We've got manual attach, so that we have to actually manually get out of the tractor to connect equipment. We've got internal cameras only, so we can only use the first-person camera inside the tractor. We've got loads and loads of realism mods of all different flavors, but it should make the experience on the whole a lot more realistic, but also a lot more challenging. Okay. I have no idea where the other half of my comment went. I started building a factory on Minecraft. Oh, I see, Draydog. You're building a factory. Presumably with the create mods, I'm guessing. Excuse me. That's the wrong size. That side. Lots of snot bricks, as expected, basically studs on every single side. Which is good. I like a Lego set that has, no visible studs by the time it's finished. Would have built it on survival, but it probably would have taken longer. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the challenge, though. That's what I enjoy doing is trying to build stuff like that in survival. More, if you want to build it in creative, that's fair enough. And I do have a creative testing world where I design stuff and then build it in survival. But again, it's Minecraft, you play it how you want to play it. If you want to play in creative mode, if you want to play on peaceful, you want to play with keep inventory, that's it. Those options are there for a reason, you play the game how you want to play it. Okay, these two go together now, like that. Lovely. Would you get one of the F1 cars? I'm not really interested in cars, to be honest, Lola. I'm not a big fan of F1 or anything like that. The only Lego car I actually have at the minute is a Lotus Evija. I think it's pronounced Evija, from the Speed Champions range. But yeah, I'm not really that interested in cars, to be honest. They do look like really cool builds. So, I wouldn't 100% rule it out. Okay, same again on this side. Been playing Farming Sim for so long, I got 78k and lost what to do with it. Buy yourself a new tractor. Treat yourself. Although you probably wouldn't get a very good one for that price. I was randomly thinking, what if Minecraft was like Jumanji, but with Minecraft you get pulled into the world you created? It's an interesting theory, Draydog. I mean, that's basically the plot of the Minecraft movie, I understand, which I've not seen, so... Sorry, I knocked over my phone just then. But yeah, isn't the Minecraft movie basically just Jumanji, but with Minecraft? Like, they just get pulled into Minecraft world? Again, I don't know, because I've not seen it. I just assume that that's what happens in it. Okay. I'm starting to see it. I am starting to see it a little bit now. Still got a long way to go, but it's getting there. It goes there. If it actually clicks in. There we go. Yeah, sorry about the music as well, by the way. Like I said earlier, I was planning on having some music on today, but my phone camera just won't. My phone mic just won't pick up music from my computer at all. Like, you heard how muffled it was. I had that turned up really, really loud, and it was barely audible on the phone. So sorry, there's no music playing right now. Okay, they go under there. Okay, so here is the battery pack, I guess, is what that's supposed to be. And that clips on to what we've already built here. Like that. No? Yeah. There we go. Oh, wait, is that... No, maybe this is its head. I don't know. That's definitely right. I've definitely got it right according to the instructions. I'm still not quite seeing it, but we've still got a long way to go. Hopefully, it'll start to come together soon. Oh wait, yeah. Oh wait, yeah. This is its torso, isn't it? This is the chest area, because this is where the arms are going to go with the guns. Right, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. It's getting there. I noticed Happy Nappy wasn't the first troll account with your picture, and certainly won't be the last. No, you're not wrong, Draydog. Again, they love to use my profile picture. They love to steal my profile picture, like it bothers me in any way. And they always zoom in on it as well. Like, I don't understand why that is. I guess they just think it's funny. But it's all they always like zoom in really close, so it's just like this much of my face. We're building one of the legs right now, by the way. You'd think they'd be more invented with the username. Yeah, they never are. They never are. I mean, I'm surprised his username wasn't just Saul Ashbridge, to be honest, because they love to do that as well. Okay. Is that right? No, one there. Yeah, that's right. Oh, we have to build this 3 times. I love it when it doesn't tell you that until the next page, that we were supposed to build 3 of these. Could have mentioned that before, and I would have built 3 of them from the start. Okay, so another 2 of those. Oh. Wasn't the last troll with your profile picture have the word me as the username? I think there was someone with that username. Yeah, Draydog. Honestly, I'd rather we just stop talking about it, to be honest, because I feel like we're just giving them attention that they don't really deserve. You know, yeah, there are trolls who pretend to be me and use my profile picture. Let's say no more about it. Honestly, we're supposed to be enjoying ourselves and building some Lego, right? By the way, if you are enjoying the stream, please do share, because I think, I suspect that TikTok has shadow banned me. You may recall a couple of months ago I got a strike on my account, and ever since then my view count has like completely flatlined, so I do suspect that I might have been shadow banned. Last month, my follower count went down by 1. For the entire month of December, my net follower count was -1. That's including Jingle Jam. I streamed for 9 days in a row, and my follower count did not move at all. So I suspect that TikTok has shadow banned me, and they're deliberately not pushing any of my content to the For You page anymore. So please share and get people watching if you can. Okay, I've built 2 of them now. 1 more of these to go. I always make sure to repost the live, but I don't know how far it goes. It does help, Draydog. It does help. Every repost counts. Every share counts. But yeah, it's kind of reached a point where I have to rely on people sharing the live stream because TikTok just doesn't organically push my streams anymore. Like I say, my follower count today is exactly the same as it was this time last month. Like in the last 28 days, in the last month, I lost 1 follower. That's how it's so crazy to me. Like last year, not last year, the year before at this point, I was growing so quickly. Like the first couple of months that I was doing TikTok, I got to 5K in like a couple of months. But then it just slowed down, and it got slower and slower and slower, and now it's just ridiculous. Now it's reached a point where I'm literally not growing at all. Like I'm not getting any new followers at all because TikTok just isn't pushing any of my videos anymore or any of my live streams. But it's a new year, and I'm hoping that if I stick at it this year, hopefully we could still get to 10K. It's going to be a struggle, but especially because TikTok doesn't want to help me. I mean, that's just another reason why I want to focus more on YouTube and Twitch as well, because I really feel like, as much as I love it here on TikTok, as much as I love my audience here on TikTok, TikTok itself apparently doesn't like me and deliberately wants to see me fail. When I first started using my TikTok for content, I was getting likes and follows non-stop, but now it's slow. Yeah, I think definitely they push your stuff more in the early days. Like if you're just starting out with a new account, they do push it more, and then it slows down as time goes on. But I also think this is slightly tinfoil hat conspiracy theory now, but I also suspect that TikTok deliberately tries to stop you from getting to 10k. I think that TikTok deliberately doesn't want you to get to 10k because when you get to 10k, you are eligible for the TikTok Creator Rewards Program, which means that for every view that you get paid. And obviously, TikTok doesn't want to pay you, so they want to, try to stop you from reaching 10k in the first place. I mean, TikTok's a business, right? And they want to make money, which is why they encourage gift giving and stuff like that. They really try and encourage you to solicit gifts as much as you can because that makes them money. But you having 10k followers and getting paid per view, that costs them money, so they don't want that to happen. I really feel like they want everyone on TikTok to have 5,000 followers. They want as many people as possible to be in that middle ground where you're making money for them, but you're not making money from them. You know what I mean? That's my theory anyway. Like I say, they want as many people as they can selling stuff on TikTok Shop and, earning gifts and stuff like that, but they want as few people as possible to be earning money directly from the Creator Rewards Program. That's my theory. They want as many people as possible in that middle ground, which is why they push newer accounts, and then once you get to like 5 or 6k, they stop pushing your content. Anyway, back to the Lego. The legs are on the Droideka now, and it is coming along quite nicely. It's bigger than I thought it would be. Seeing it in person, it is quite big. It's quite stable as well. I thought the legs were articulated. Unfortunately, they're not. They are rigid. But it does curl up into a ball, so I'm curious how it's going to curl up into a ball when the legs don't move. I guess we'll see. Anyway, that's bag 2 done. Let's move on to bag 3. Okay, bag 3 does not have many pieces in it. This is the smallest bag so far. Although it does have a mini bag in it. Oh god. Okay, there's more pieces in the mini bag than there is in the regular bag. Looks like there's going to be some fiddly stuff in this one. Okay, we got everything? Yep. Right. So what are we actually building now, then? There's a lot of small pieces, so I'm guessing this is the guns, the weapons. And there's quite a few Technic bits as well. Okay, is that the... Yep, there we go. I'm in bed hungover from last night, says Lola. I only had a couple last night. I don't really drink that much, to be honest, anymore. Um, well, I don't think there's really ever been a time that I was a big drinker. But yeah, I just had two cans of cider. That was it. That's literally. I drink very slowly as well when it comes to alcohol. Again, there was a time when back when I was at uni, I could drink quite a bit. Nowadays, I just like sip at it. Like it takes me hours to finish a pint, genuinely. But it's good because it means I'm not spending too much money because I'm only drinking one or two. And honestly, I think if we're being brutally honest as well, my figure probably has quite a lot to do with it. As you know, if as you may know, I'm not very big. Like if I drink a single can of cider, 10% of my body is now cider, which is probably why I can't drink too much of it. Okay, some interesting articulation going on here. Is this Lego Star Wars? It is, Jerex. Yes, it's the Droideka, as you can see by the legs that we built so far. We're about halfway through. We're on bag 3, and there's 6 bags total. So okay, that's these. There we go. The Technic bits are always fiddly. I'm a big Technic fan, though. I used to have quite a lot of Lego Technic. In fact, I think the biggest Lego set I ever owned was the Lego Technic Mercedes Unimog. A really big orange Unimog. One of my favourite sets that I've ever owned. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. But I got that as a Christmas present when I was like 14, 15. And it's, like I say, to this day, I think it's the biggest set that I ever owned. And it was really cool. Loads of functions as well. Technic sets tend to have quite a lot of functionality, which is always appreciated. Okay, that's that. That's it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's definitely where the arms are going to be mounted. A lot of people are probably in London at the moment because there's people that would rather see the fireworks in person. Yeah, I imagine a lot of people do travel down to London for New Year's. I'm not really bothered. There weren't many fireworks so up here, honestly. Oh. Oh, I see the first sticker. Oh, this is going to be fun. I hate stickers in Lego sets. I really do. I understand why they exist. Don't get me wrong. But I also just don't like them. Okay. Number 2. Where is the sticker sheet? There. Okay. So 2 of those and 1 of those. Right. Shit set. Well, it was a Christmas present, Will, so that's a bit rude. And also, I think it's a really cool set. Big Star Wars fan, big prequel trilogy fan as well. I know some people, even to this day, it's apparently cool to dunk on the prequels. I like them. You know, I grew up in the early 2000s. The prequels were like the current thing when I was a kid. Although, I won't pretend that I don't prefer the original trilogy, because I do. But the prequels, they just get so much unnecessary hate, in my opinion. They're not the best Star Wars, but they're not the worst Star Wars either. Just going to put these to one side for a second, because I'm going to have to do some stickering. Okay, we've got everything here. First sticker going on. Wish me luck. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The only thing Star Wars related that I've watched is The Mandalorian, says Draydog. You should watch Andor, Draydog. You should give Andor a try. I think Andor is great to watch even if you're not a Star Wars fan, because, like, there's no prior knowledge required. And also I think it's literally the best Star Wars thing ever. Not to put it on too much of a pedestal, but I genuinely think Andor is the best Star Wars content we've had since the original trilogy. I speak very, very highly of Andor. You should watch it. Again, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you should watch Andor. Oh, this one's going to be a pain in the arse to put on, isn't it? Hold on. Okay, it's on. I've also watched Boba Fett. Oh, the Book of Boba Fett. Not my favourite. I'll say that much. Okay, that's that. That goes on that side. So that's the first of the sort of waste panels, and it's what are all the holes? I don't actually remember. Are they like cartridges? Do they hold ammunition or something like that? I would imagine so. Or maybe they're supposed to just be bolts, but there's quite a lot of them on that midsection. Okay, I think we're done with the stickers for now. We'll put those to one side, and we're back for more of that later. Okay, yeah, this is where we build the left turret, the left gun. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, the prequel trilogy, I was born in 1999, so when I was a kid in the early 2000s, the prequels were very fresh, and people had strong opinions about them, and many people have strong opinions about them to this day. As a kid, I loved them, and looking back as an adult, I still love them. I just love all Star Wars in general. I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan. But yeah, the prequels I do think get a lot of hate that isn't always deserved. Some of it is fair criticism. Some of it is just people, with nostalgia goggles for the original trilogy. George Lucas apparently regretted signing Star Wars over to Disney. I'd heard that, Draydog. Yeah, I'd heard that he sort of looked back on that decision as not his best. But personally, looking at the Star Wars content that we've got in the last few years, I'm kind of glad. I don't know what Star Wars would have looked like if George Lucas had carried on. If he still owns the property. But what I do know is that some of the Disney era stuff has been absolutely incredible. Not all of it. There's been plenty of crap in the Disney era as well. But looking at stuff like Andor, um, Rogue One, which ties into Andor. Some of the other spin-offs have been good. They've actually done quite a lot of shorter spin-offs in the last few years that are just like 4 or 5 episodes. There's some really, really great stuff there, genuinely. Again, I think same goes for the sequel era, the Disney era. A lot of people criticize it, and it's clear that they're just looking at it through rose-tinted goggles. They've got nostalgia goggles for the originals. But it's just one of those things, It's never going to be the original. It might be good. It might even be better, but it'll never be exactly the same. I think people just have a hard time accepting that. They have a hard time accepting that it's never going to be exactly the same as it was, for better or worse. Is Star Wars fully Disney's property, or does George Lucas still have some sort of say in things? I don't believe so. No, I don't think he has any control whatsoever anymore. Okay. Quite a complicated little build, this gun. Looking good though. I like the design. Do we don't live forever. Sooner or later, he probably would have needed to sign over to someone. Well, yeah, true. Eventually, someone else. Either he would have had to sign control over to someone else, or the franchise would just die. Okay, so that's one of the gun arms. Put that to one side for a second. Excuse me. I might do a quick stream restart in a minute. Just see if it helps. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of fiddly bits here. Are the movies still going, or have they not bothered with movies anymore? There is a new film. I don't know if it came out or not. It might already have come out. I don't think it did. They were doing a film with Ryan Gosling called Starfighter. But yeah, they've mostly moved away from movies at the moment. They focus a lot more on series now. They've done loads of series over the last few years. Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett. They've done extra series of the Clone Wars, the Bad Batch. They did an Ahsoka series. They did a couple of anthologies that like have different stories from different time periods. Yeah, there's loads of Star Wars content out there now. There's a lot more TV series. There's a lot more series content than there is film content at this point. Okay, I think that's right. Sticker time again. Number 5. That's this one. Ever played the old Battlefront games? They were and still are so good. I have Unmarked Veil, yes. Not for a long time, but I have played some Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. I tell you what's a good recent Star Wars game. I say recent; it's like 6 or 7 years old now at this point. But a good recent Star Wars game was Star Wars Squadrons. That was really cool. You could play as the Empire or the Alliance, the Rebel Alliance. You could fly different types of X-wings, different types of Tie fighters. That's a really cool game, and it's got multiplayer capability as well. I like the idea of a space dogfighting game because that's a big part of what Star Wars is. You know, is the space battles. So that's a really cool game. Again, it's called Star Wars Squadrons. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, that sticker isn't quite as perfect as the others, but it's not too noticeable. It's a little bit wonky. I think we're okay though. And I think that's it for this bit. So that goes on to here. Yep, like that. Ooh, okay, so there's some good articulation in the arm there. Wow. Nice. It's officially 2026, so 11 months till the Doctor Who special. Indeed, Draydog. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, we got some whips here, which are actually going to be used to imitate wires. That's quite cool. Wait, how does it go in though? Okay, this is going to be a little bit fiddly. And that's one. And oh, that one that goes that way. There we go. That's two. There we go. That's a really interesting technique. So these are actually whip pieces. They're rubber and like you can flex them. So those have been used to make the wires on the arm, and you can obviously flex the arm because they can move freely. That's quite cool. I like that. Okay, so that goes on now then. This is the first arm ready to attach. It just pops straight onto there, I guess. Yep, and there it is. First arm's on. And there's one more piece that needs to be added to it. What is that? How? Oh, right, I see. It doesn't actually click in. Just rests. There we go. That's the first arm added, and obviously it has some maneuverability. We can bend it a little bit, but we'll just leave it in a fixed position for now. We can always, pose it a little bit once it's actually on the shelf. But that's bag 3 done. So I'm guessing at this point, bag 4 will be the other arm, bag 5 will be the head. And bag 6, who knows? We'll see. But here's bag number 4. For some reason, TikTok isn't allowing me to repost your live today. Really, Dreydog? Honestly, it doesn't surprise me. It does not surprise me. I'm sure there's some bullshit reason for it, as there always is. Honestly, this will probably get more views on YouTube when I upload the VOD after than it actually will today live. Every time I try, it just says couldn't repost. Your guess is as good as mine, Dreydog. I've given up questioning TikTok at this point. I just really feel like over the last year or so, they've become absolutely inept. And there's really no, like I say, there's really no point in trying to understand why TikTok does the things it does anymore, because I don't think even they know. More stickers going on. If it wasn't because I had almost 7K followers and wanted to get what I do out there, I would have got rid of this app. Exactly the same feeling, Dreydog. Literally the only reason that I'm still on TikTok is because I've got 7,500 followers. There's no other reason. I hate this app. I hate this platform. I'm only going to stay here as long as I have an audience here. And by the looks of it, I might not even have that anymore. I've got 7,500 followers here on TikTok, and 4 people are watching this stream right now. Because TikTok isn't even the thing is TikTok. It doesn't even push my stream. It doesn't even push my live streams to my own followers. Like, again, it's just obviously I'm not expecting 7,500 people to watch the live stream. But when you've got 7,500 followers, you expect more than 4 people to show up for a live stream, right? The only explanation is that TikTok just isn't pushing the live stream. I've just had enough of it. I really have. I couldn't care less at this point what TikTok does. Again, if they banned me, if I got like my account permanently banned right now, I wouldn't care. I'd just carry on YouTube, because I'm so fucking sick of TikTok. Okay. Oh, one of these has come out already. Lovely. Is that in? It is. Content creating isn't easy, but not get us anywhere overnight. True, Draydog. Like I say, I wouldn't mind, but a few months ago, well, this time last year, I was getting at least like 10 or 12 new followers per stream. The thing that I know I keep repeating it, but I genuinely can't get my head around the fact that in the last 30 days I've lost one follower. In the last 30 days my follower count has gone down by one person. How is that possible? How is it possible that I've done like over a dozen live streams this month and my follower count has not moved at all? It doesn't make any sense. The only way it makes sense is if TikTok is just not showing people my live streams. They're just not putting my live streams on people's For You pages. Which is very frustrating because, I put a lot of work into this. What's on that poster behind you, says Olives. That is a farming sim poster. That one there has got a list of all the different production buildings that you can buy, and that one there has got a list of all the different products that you can make in the game. I've also got one on this side that's got a crop calendar on it. They're all very cool. They're from the collector's edition of Farming Sim 25. Last farm sim I played was 18 with all my mates for fun. Nice one, Olives. You should get back into it. It's a great game series. I'm a long time farming sim fan. I've been playing since FS15. I got it for the PS4 for Christmas one year. But I love it. One of the things I find frustrating about lives is you can't fit everything you want to say in one comment. Yeah, the comment, I think the comment character limit is a little bit too low. Oops. I wonder if my fault. Actually, can someone just have a quick look at my follow account and tell me what it's at right now? Because I can't check it midstream, but I'm just curious to see. Anyone who's if anyone can, just take a quick peek and let me know what's 7661. Thank you, Olives. So yeah, that has actually gone down since the start of the live stream. Isn't that amazing? Is this? Have I built this the wrong way around? Hi, Saul. Happy New Year. Thank you, punters. How you doing? Oh, yeah, that is the wrong way round. Okay. Sticker time again. I've noticed in one of your last lives that's been going down slowly. Exactly, Draydog. It's baffling to me. How does that happen? Especially because the view count of the streams is so low as well. Like, I'll be sat there streaming for 3 hours, I'll get about 5 viewers, but somehow my follower count's gone down by 10. What? I don't get it. I'll promote your TikTok at work. I'll give it to the co-pilot and cabin crew. Thank you so much, Lola. That would be so appreciated, genuinely. Because TikTok sure as hell ain't doing it. There we go, another sticker on. Wait. I've skipped a page. I have. How have I done that? I skipped an entire page. One of these arms is not quite finished. How you doing? I got Lightning McQueen to build. Nice one, Jess. Have fun with that. Why follow if they're just going to unfollow afterwards? Honestly, Draydog, I don't know if that's really a thing. I don't know if it's the same people following and then they unfollow again later. It could be. It could be. I've missed a piece off there. Very handsome, love the long hair, pretty, I must say. Thank you, just Jesse. That's very nice of you. What you making? Is it farm sim related? No, I'm building the Droideka from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Thanks for following Red Arrow Sim Pilot. Lola sent me here. Glad to hear it. Thank you, Lola. Welcome aboard. We're currently building some Lego Star Wars. Love Star Wars. Me too, Olives. Big Star Wars fan. Ever since I was a kid. Like I say, when I was a kid in the early 2000s, the prequel trilogy was just coming out. I actually had a lot of Lego Star Wars back in the day. It's been a long time. This is like the first Lego Star Wars that I've had in 10 years. But when I was a kid, I had loads, mostly from the prequel trilogy, because that's just what was available at the time. I remember having some Republic gunships, Naboo Starfighter, loads of battle droids. I think everyone who ever, anyone who was a Lego kid in the early 2000s probably had dozens and dozens of battle droids. But yeah, then I went to university and I gave away pretty much all of my Lego, and that was that. That one of my biggest regrets in life, genuinely, one of my all-time biggest regrets is that I got rid of all of my Lego when I went to university, because I couldn't take it with me. There just wasn't really anywhere for it to go. So I gave it all away. And I look back on that and I think, why the hell did you do that? Because now I'm a huge Lego fan again, and there were so many amazing sets that I used to own that are now gone forever. But that's life. We make mistakes. And I'm quite happy with my Lego collection at the minute. It's not what it used to be, but I'm always getting more sets. I'm trying to build it up. I used to have so much more though. Nice and therapeutic. It is. It's very relaxing to build a Lego set. I said it in one of my recent Lego videos. I think Lego is like doing a jigsaw, and I'm a big fan of jigsaws as well. It's just there's something very calming about sitting down and doing a puzzle, which is essentially what Lego is. I really love it. I really find it very calming and enjoyable. You got another 5 followers already. Thank you so much, Lola. Thank you very, very much, genuinely, for shouting out my stream. For recommending me to a few of your friends and colleagues. It's very, very much appreciated. Okay, this is the page that we missed. Have you ever thought of joining an agency to help with streaming? Funny you should say that, Jess, because I am actually part of a TikTok agency, which I joined a couple of months ago. And with all due respect to that agency, it has made literally no difference. I have seen absolutely no difference whatsoever to my follower count, which is very disappointing because, like, if you're on TikTok, if you've been on TikTok for a while, you've almost definitely had a ton of messages from people claiming to be from TikTok agencies, and most of the time it's just people trying to scam you. But there are some genuine ones out there, and I signed up for one a few months back, thinking, maybe this will help me to get back onto people's For You pages. Maybe they can help to push my streams a little bit more and help me to grow a bit more. And it did nothing. It hasn't made any difference so far. In fact, like I say, over the last month, my follower count's actually gone down. So hasn't really been much good. A second. Looks really good. Thank you, PJ. It does look really cool so far. Great set so far. And we're making good progress on it. There we go. Okay, second arm. It's still that piece is the wrong way around. I've done something wrong here. I'm not sure what, but something. I think I've put a piece in the wrong place. I'm just going to rewind slightly. Right. Ah, okay. It has gone slightly wrong, but I see where it was. That's it. Okay. Right. Don't worry, I've fixed it. These whips are very fiddly. Have you ever thought about selling merch for extra money, says Lola? I don't know what I'd sell, honestly. I don't really have anything that I don't know. Okay, there we go. Right, the second arm's on. Mm-hmm. Can you please show us what it looks like at the end? Well, we're nearly done now, Jesse. There's only one bag left to go. So, oh no, there's 2 bags left to go. Sorry, but we are getting quite close. Okay, that goes. There we go. Okay, both arms are on there now. Pretty much just the head left to go. So I'm not sure, but there's 2 more bags. So what's going to be in the last bag? I guess we'll find out. Okay, on to bag number 5, and there's already more whips being used. Again, they keep popping out, though. Look, this one here has popped out again. That's supposed to connect down to there, and then up to here. But how... Won't reach. Love the top. Thank you, Jesse. Oh, wow. These are really fiddly. Okay, that'll do for now. Do you like gardening, says Just Jesse? I do, Jesse, yes. I'm very proud of my garden. I've never really done any videos about it, but maybe this year we could do some videos in the garden. I grow a little bit of veg. We got a little bit of a pond. Not a very big one, but... and we got a pear tree. Okay, bag number 5. Picked up on the vibe from your jumper. Oh, yeah. I've got quite a lot of Lego flowers as well, which I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, I'm a bit of a gardener. Do a gardening series? Maybe. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Oh, there's a piece there. Nearly. There's a piece stuck in the corner there. Really stuck in there. Damn. Okay. First things first, more whips. 1 and 2. Oh shit, I've just dropped a piece. I didn't see which piece because it was a black piece. Hold on. Where's that gone? Found it. Okay. Right. Whips. Again. Where? How? How is that? Okay. And then in there. Another really fiddly bit with the whips here. The effect is really cool. Like, it does look like a wire, but they're very tricky to actually position. Look at that. And some of them keep popping out. I guess rotating them a bit would help because they're bent in a specific direction. What's your biggest regret? Says Jesse. Good question. Good question. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I definitely regret getting rid of all my old Lego from when I was a kid. That's definitely something that I wish I hadn't done. I don't really regret much, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not a regretful person. You know, I think what's done is done. You know, I never really. 1 second. What's the? There we go. Yeah, I think when people talk about, you know, going back, if I could do this differently, if I could change this, if I could change that, I always just think, like, well, you can't. You know, I can't change anything. So it's irrelevant, really. There's nothing that I would change, because even if I could go back and change anything, it wouldn't change it'd change who I am today. You know, I'd be a different person if things had gone differently. And I don't want to be a different person. I like being me. I think, you know, I would like to. I wish that I'd came out sooner. I wish that I'd realised that I was transgender earlier in life, because I didn't come out until I was 21. No, 22 actually. I didn't come out until I was 22 years old. And yeah, sure, it would have been nice to have come out earlier, and if, you know, it would have been nice if I'd known that I was trans at an earlier age. But again, I'd be a different person. You know, if I'd came out when I was in my teens, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. You know. So I choose not to regret things. You know, I don't like to look back and think I wish I'd done this differently. I prefer to think, you know, if I had done things differently, I wouldn't be who I am today. I thought there was a sticker there, but I'm just not reading it properly. What age did you find out you were trans? I was 22. I was 22, Lola. It was about 4.5 years ago. I came out to my family in July of 2021. So almost 5 years ago now. At least you found your real self. Thank you, Lola. Yeah, I choose to think, you know, it doesn't really matter what it doesn't really matter what age that I came out. The point is that I did. You know, I don't like to look back and think, well, you know, maybe things would have been different if I came out when I was a teenager, or if I'd came out, you know, a couple of years earlier. I don't like to think like that, because again, like if things had gone differently, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. You know, I think who I am now is what really matters. Doesn't matter how I got here. Doesn't matter what the journey was. What matters is here and now, right? I guess I like to live in the present, rather than dwelling on the past. You're an amazing person. Thank you, Charlie. That's very kind of you. I got all that right? I think I have. Is that... Wait, how does that go on? Oh, there. I see. You seem quite nice. Thank you, Jesse. Okay, I think this is the head coming together now, then. Or actually, I think there is a back panel. That might be bag 5, and then bag 6 is the head. You seem like someone I'd genuinely be mates with, doing a lot of charity and all sorts. Thank you, Lola. I do appreciate that. It's nice to hear stuff like that from my viewers, you know. Because I mean, not to sound too parasocial about it, but it is like having 7,500 friends. You know, it's again, I don't know every single one of my followers personally, but I like to chat with my followers. I like to talk about what we've got in common, and it is like it's like having a friend, not a close friend, because again, obviously, I've never actually met any of you, but it's a similar kind of relationship, you know, and I do enjoy talking about. I do enjoy talking with my viewers and you know seeing what we got in common. Okay. I think another sticker's about to go on. It's not like it's not like we're friends. We are your friends. Thank you, Lola. Happy New Year. Looking forward to all the streams. Thank you very much, Dagger. Me too. I'm very, very excited for this year. Got lots planned. Oh, wonky sticker. This is why I hate stickers in Lego sets. Oh, that... Look how far off that one is. It doesn't line up at all. This is why I hate stickers in Lego sets, because that's so clearly not straight. And it's too late now. You can't peel it back off again and try again. God damn it. And there's 2 more stickers that I have to put on now. These are the last 2 stickers on the sheet, so at least we're done now. That one's a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Stickers applied. They're not perfect, but they'll do. I always use tweezers for the stickers, says Charlie. I've tried that. It doesn't. I've not really. It's not really made much of a difference for me. But I've tried. I've tried using tweezers. Okay, there we go. Coming together. One day I'd like to invite you on a flight up front with me so you can see how it all works. That would be incredible, Lola. I've never been on a plane before. But it would be really cool to see in the cockpit, see how it all works, you know. We are allowed to, you just can't touch anything. No, it's I mean, it's the same on trains. I've been in the cab of a train a couple of times. But yeah, you're not allowed to touch anything. Except the horn. Sometimes they let you blow the horn, although planes don't have those. Or do they? Is there some? I mean, not like a horn, but is there some kind of thing that you can press that makes a horn sound? Where does this go? I'm lost again. That can't go. Oh, there we go. We have an evacuation alarm if that counts. I mean, alarm, horn, what's the difference? Okay. This is definitely the back armor, by the way. I can see it now. A lot of Technic pieces again here. Well, where are those? I mean, I don't have those. Oh, I do. When you're off live, check DMs. That's the cockpit. Oh, thank you for sending me some pictures, Lola. I'll take a look after. Now, why would there be a gap there? Who knows? Yeah, I just really hope that today's stream isn't, going to be typical of the year ahead. I really hope that this year TikTok can let go of this one-sided feud that they seem to have with me and actually just let my videos do well. I mean, I'm going to keep trying, But like I've been saying, recently as well, I am gonna put a lot more focus on YouTube and Twitch this year. I'm still gonna be here on TikTok, but I'm gonna put a lot more effort into YouTube and Twitch because I really feel like TikTok is almost a lost cause at this point. Okay, I think that's right. Yeah, it is. And obviously, I do encourage people to follow on YouTube and Twitch as well. Just followed you on Twitch. Thank you, Lola. Yeah, I do encourage people to follow on YouTube and Twitch. Please, please, please do. Because if this goes down, which it probably will, I'm gonna obviously continue on YouTube and Twitch. Again, I have no intention of giving up on TikTok, but I really feel like TikTok has given up on me, And if anything does happen, if I get like account strikes or anything like that, I'm not gonna appeal it or anything like that. I'm just gonna let it happen. Again, if my account just gets completely deleted, I wouldn't bat an eyelid, to be honest, because I've had enough of it at this point. Just on YouTube too. Thank you, Lola. These are weird. I've never seen these pieces before. They're a kind of Technic pin on one end and a tube on the other. I'm guessing that there's going to be more more whips being run through there as wires. Okay. Come on. Wait. Oh, I see. Bit of a tricky bit here. There we go. Sometimes the Technic pins are a bit tricky to click together. But I think we got it. Hate doing Ibiza flights, they're so loud and stuff. Oh yeah, I imagine it's one of those trips that everyone does, you know? It's one of those I imagine that any like super popular destination you probably have to deal with some tricky customers, as it were. When things kick off, it's mainly on the Ibiza flight and Tenerife. Yeah, that's what I would have suspected, to be honest. All those like super popular generic tourist destinations that everyone goes to, I imagine they get a bit rowdy. Oh, okay, this is coming together now. Interesting. Yeah, done that. Oh no. Yeah, we've done that. So we're on this step. Right. My favourite flight was my first ever one to Tenerife because my family went on it and surprised me. That's so cool, Lola. They were there to support you on your first day. We love a supportive family. More tail pieces. Let my little sister in the cockpit for landing so she can experience it. That's really cute. That's so cool and kind. Okay. It's got almost like claws on the backside. Okay. Oh, right. Ooh. It's time to attach this big piece here. So it goes up here. Wait. Just rewind a little bit. Oh no, I see. It's this way. Huh. Oh, wait. Right. There we go. Okay, that's the head. Okay, the head's on. And it looks really cool. Hold on a second, I think we're done with this bag now. Yep, we're on to the final bag. So here's how it looks so far. We've got everything except the eyes, basically, at the front of the head. Ooh. And it is quite flexible as well. Yeah, this is looking really cool so far. We are on to the last bag, so I'm going to get that opened up. More curious how it goes into a ball. Me too, Lola. I'm not sure how it's going to roll up, but it definitely shows it rolled up on the box, so somehow it's got to be possible. Right, last bag, here we go. Oh, and this is where we need the plaque as well, so I'm guessing, yeah, there's some pieces in here to make a base of some sort. Oh, and I think it also includes a minifig scale Droideka, which is really cool. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't think I've ever owned a minifig scale Droideka, but they must have existed at some point before now. That'll take a while to figure out. I'm hoping that it'll tell me. I'm hoping the instructions will tell me how to do it. I imagine so. Okay, wait, where did this bit go then from the last page? Oh, on the front. Oh, that goes there. Other way. There we go. No, it isn't. Hang on. Oh, you are joking. I've done something very wrong. Oh, shit. Okay, we need to rewind a bit, everybody. So I've put the head panels in the wrong order. This panel here with the stickers on it is supposed to be here. This whole head panel piece is supposed to be the other way around. Hopefully it's not going to take too much to fix. Rewind a few pages. Now, how do I get his head off? Try the brick separator. No, that's not going to work. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's not really working, is it? I need... Oh, there's no more Technic bars. Hold on, there's a piece here that might help. There we go. Okay. Taking the headpiece off, because we've built it slightly wrong. I mean, I think it's as simple as that. It just needs turning the other way around. Yeah, I think that's it. Ah. And then that's supposed to go through there. That makes sense. So that's rigid. Okay. Okay, try again. There we go. Problem solved. Back to where we were. That goes on there. Okay. Now back to this. Bring all these back. Oh, shit. I got it, don't worry. If I could recommend you one place to go on holiday, it's Barcelona. Lovely, lots of landmarks. I would like to go to Spain. Spain would be nice. There's a lot of countries that I'd like to visit. Obviously, Japan's quite high on my list. I'd love to go to Germany. A lot warmer than the UK. Oh yeah, for sure. You should do one day and do a Travel with Soul series. That would be incredible, Lola. If I had the opportunity to do something like that, it would be amazing. Oh, that's its eyes. Oh, look. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit darker, so I'm going to try and get this finished before it gets too dark to see what I'm doing. Hey, hi, Saul. Hi, Reese. How you doing? I think this is it for the Droideka anyway, to be honest. I think this is the last step, and then we're on to the little minifig one. Happy New Year, Joey. How you doing? Hope you had a great New Year. I'm doing good. What about you? I'm good, thank you, Reese. Had a quiet New Year's, but rang everyone up at midnight, rang my parents and everything, and said Happy New Year. But yeah, nothing special really. Okay, there we go. I forgot how goofy these things looked. Look at this. This is okay. That's the head. That's the eyes. Hold it a bit closer. The eyes are really well done, honestly. There's specially molded pieces for the eyes, which kind of look a little bit like lipstick. But on the other end, they've got just a tiny little red dot on the end. That's what makes the eye effect, which is really good. The head looks so goofy, though. I know Droidekas look goofy, but I didn't think they'd look that silly. That's definitely right. We followed the instructions to the letter. That is just how they look. But that's the Droideka itself finished. We do still have to build the base, so we're not quite done yet. Not as hungover as I expected. Had 3 beers, then was in bed at 10:30. I did stay up till midnight, but I only had 2 pints of cider. So yeah, I didn't really drink too much either, to be honest. Like I say, it wasn't really that big of a deal. I don't really. New Year's isn't really that big of a deal to me, to be quite honest. I'm much more of a Christmas person. New Year's is just kind of, yeah, it's the end of the year. It's just an ordinary day, isn't it? Really, that's how I feel about it. It gets to a stage where it's just like any other day. And like I say, I still rang up my parents at midnight. I still, had a couple of drinks, but I just don't really see the appeal with New Year as much as I do for something like Christmas. This is the base that we're building right now, by the way. Struggle with the off-brand Christmas ones. Yeah, I've had a fair few off-brand Lego sets in my time as Christmas presents. Not complaining, because they can be as much fun as the big ones, but those ones that have got the really tiny, like, micro pieces, micro bricks, they look really cool when they're done, but they're so fiddly to build. You should be on the front cover of Vogue. Thank you, Lola. That means a lot. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the compliment, and I think I've got quite a good fashion sense, honestly. I mean, present outfit accepted. Oh, this is where the big plaque goes. That's what this is for. Right, right. So we got a big plaque here with some information about the set, and we got the 25th anniversary brick as well, because it's been 25 years since the first Lego Star Wars set. Isn't that incredible? Well, 26 years this year. And that's almost it. There's also a minifig scale Droideka, which is going to be the last thing to build. So we're going to just quickly put that together. Did you know on planes we have a bedroom for the crew? I didn't know that, Lola. No, I knew there was a crew cabin, but I didn't realize it was like a sleeping area as well. This is the... I'm going to put the big Droideka to one side for a second, because now we're building the tiny little minifig scale one. In fact, I'll bring the camera closer a little bit for this bit. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, now we're building the little minifig scale Droideka. There we go, there's its legs. Oh, I've done it wrong. Hi, Saul, Happy New Year. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, I see what I've done wrong. There's a secret door that goes under the belly of the aircraft. Cool. That's it. There we go. I like that they've included a minifig scale Droideka as well. That's a really cool touch. I think they've done this with some of the other Star Wars models as well. Like, I think with K2SO and R2D2, they included minifig versions of them with it. I do appreciate it. It's a really nice touch. What's for dinner today, says Charlie? Katsu curry for tea tonight. Haven't had it for a while, but I'm a big fan of katsu curry. As you know, big fan of Japanese food. Yeah, I get Golden Dragon do a katsu curry paste. You just add coconut milk, and then I do it with chicken goujons because it's really easy. You can do it with any chicken, basically, but chicken goujons are perfect for it because you just pour the sauce over them. It's a lot easier than making your own breaded chicken strips, you know. So yeah, that's my recommendation if you want to do your own homemade katsu curry. Get yourself a jar of Golden Dragon katsu sauce and some chicken goujons. That's it, sorted. Lola's having a fat, greasy kebab. Oh, honestly. Hits the spot, though. Hits the spot when you've had a drink, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't think I really drank enough last night that I'm craving a kebab today. But I know the feeling. I'm loving this little Droideka. This is so cute. Another one of these. Okay. Uh, ah. Oh, okay, I see. That's quite cool. Is that it? It is. There's our little minifig scale Droideka. And oh, hold on. Let's compare it to the big one. Okay, here's the big boy. And there he is. And here's our tiny little minifig scale Droideka. There we go. This is really cool though. The detail, absolutely incredible. I love the use of the whips to make cables because they really do add a lot of detail to it. All the wiring running all over the place. This is great. I'm still not sure how it curls into a ball, so I'm going to have a look. Hopefully, on the last page, it explains. One second. Okay, the minifig scale one isn't very posable compared to the full size thing. There we go. That's close enough. Okay. So there's the little base, which has got the 25th anniversary plaque, an information panel about the Droideka, and the little minifig one on the end. But here's the big guy. This is the real focus of the set. Is it going to explain how we fold it up? It is. It actually does have instructions on how to curl it up. Now, I don't know if I'm going to actually do it, because it does look a little bit involved, and I think I'm going to display it, deployed like this. But yeah, there are instructions here on how to curl it up. You do have to take out one of the legs, which I guess makes sense. The back leg has to be removed for it to curl up properly. I was wondering how it could curl up with the three legs being, rigid like that. So you can curl it up, but you have to take one of the legs off. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as it is, deployed, because I think it looks really cool, and I think you wouldn't get to see as much of the detail if I displayed it in ball form, right? So I'm going to keep it as it is. This is really cool. This is a great set. I couldn't have imagined buying this set for myself. It's like not the kind of set that I'd think to buy, but it's really great. This was a Christmas present from my brother. Very, very grateful for it. It looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get it displayed. I still haven't quite decided where it's going to be displayed yet, but I think it's going to go on one of my little square shelves, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, the detail on this is brilliant. Look at that. I love that. I really do love that. You should send him a photo of it complete. Well, I don't need to. He's next door. He's on the other side of that wall right now. I live with my brother, so I'll show him it after the stream. But yeah, really, really happy with that. Before we finish up, I would like to quickly show you the other Lego that I got for Christmas this year, and show you where I'm planning on putting this. But yes, that was Lego 75381. The Droideka. That's the actual Droideka. There's the little extra panel that came with it, with the minifig scale Droideka on it. What a great set. What a really great set. I really like this, really happy with it. It's turned out brilliantly. But that's it. That's it. I'm going to put my chair back up. Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. There we go. And I'm going to move my camera back. Okay, now, before we finish up, I do have quite a few spares from this set. There we go. Quite a collection of spares. That is a lot of spare parts for this set, but it is a set with a lot of small pieces. And typically, they do a lot of spares for small pieces, so it makes sense that it's got quite a few. I'm just going to go and get my tin and that I keep my spares in. Do I keep the spares? I do keep the spares, Stray Dog. Yes, I use the spares. I don't really have enough spares to build any sets or anything, like to do any little builds. But I keep the spares because they can be useful for making modifications to other sets. A good example is the chest, is the little chest here. This is a little marine chronometer. It's got a little clock in it. But these gold pieces here, these aren't from this set. The lid actually goes all the way down. But I wanted to display it with the lid open, so I managed to get a couple of pieces from my spares to put there to fix that. Another good one is the creeper. The creeper's legs don't actually stand up on their own, but I managed to use a couple of spares to modify it so that it looks like it's walking, so that the legs are held up. Just little bits like that. So it's always good to keep the spares. Like I say, I don't really have enough spares to build anything with, but I keep them in case I can use them to modify or, you know, add little bits and pieces to existing sets. But yeah, that's quite a handful of spares there. I'm just going to go and get my spares tub to put those in. Here we go. I keep my spares in this this old Quality Street tin. Look at the size of it as well. Do you remember when Quality Street came in tins this big? I don't. This is from before I even was born. But this is my spares tub. There's quite a lot in there at the minute. I'll add those. And the brick separator. I've got about 12 of these now, because modern sets always have brick separators in them. But there we go, we've added that to the spares. Before we finish up, I'll give you a quick look at... We'll do a quick tour of the room so I can show you some of the other sets that I got this year. But yeah, the plan is... I do want to put the Droideka on this shelf behind me, where the space shuttle is. I don't know if it'll fit. I don't know if the legs will fit on the shelf. It might be a tiny bit too big. There we go. He's watching you. But yeah, I'm planning on putting that up here on the top shelf, and the space shuttle is going to be relocated elsewhere. And I don't know if this will fit either, but it'll be nice to get that in there somewhere. How's the spider, says Charlie. Unfortunately, Charlie, I do have some rather upsetting news about Amber. He's not been doing too well lately. He's still alive, but I don't think he's got long left, to be honest with you. Over the last couple of weeks, since Christmas, since just before Christmas, he's been very slow. He's been off his food. He's been spending a lot of time on the bottom of the enclosure, which jumping spiders, they don't tend to spend much time on the floor. And yeah, he's just been very slow and just seems to not have any energy, So I think it's almost his time, to be honest with you. I think maybe another week or two, which is very sad, because I haven't had him that long, to be honest. We've had him since September, so 5 months. I would estimate that he's probably about a year old, because obviously he was almost fully grown when I got him. I'd say he's probably somewhere like 10 months to a year, which is not a bad age for a male jumping spider. The males don't live as long as the females. But yeah, it's sorry to mention it. It's okay, Charlie. It's okay. I mean, I did want to mention it at some point anyway, because I know there's a lot of viewers out there who are interested in my spiders and want to know, how they're getting on. But yeah, it's not looking good. Like I say, I think maybe a week or two. I'll let you know, if he does go. But I obviously I'll be getting another spider soon after. That's the thing. That's the hobby. If you keep jumping spiders, you've got to get used to it. They don't live for a very long time. They live for a year or two tops. So you've just got to get used to the fact that when you get a pet jumping spider, it's not going to live for a very long time. The great thing is that there's billions of jumping spiders in the world. You can get another one, and I'll definitely be sad when he goes. Just like I was sad when Luna died last year. But it won't be too long before I get another. I guarantee that I'll be getting another one within a few weeks. So yeah, like I say, sorry to start the year off with some upsetting news, but again, it's just his time. He's had a good life. I think. I hope he's enjoyed living with me. Yeah, he's on his way out, I think. Anyway, let's end on a positive note. I'm gonna have a quick tour of the room and show you some of the Lego before we finish up. But we are going to have to finish up quite soon because my battery's getting low as well. So let's go and see. Okay, so here's the Droideka that we built today. This is a much better look at it than you get with the front-facing camera, by the way. So let's have a nice proper look. This is really cool. I'm really, really happy with this. There's so much detail there. If we zoom in, there's really so many parts. Like I say, the whips as wires is a really cool touch, and it makes it feel a lot more complete, having all these wires running all over its body. Really cool. Like I say, it's going to be displayed like this. I did consider displaying it rolled into a ball, but I think it looks better deployed. And where did the plaque go? Oh, there's the plaque. The little plaque that came with it. So there's the minifig scale Droideka. There's a little information panel about the Droideka. And there's the 25 years of Lego Star Wars plaque. Then on the desk, we have the marine chronometer, which you've already seen before, and the camera, the retro camera, another one that's already made an appearance. Over here, we have the Creeper, the Game Boy, and the Space Shuttle. The Space Shuttle is going to be replaced, and the Droideka is going to go up here. We'll find somewhere else for the Space Shuttle. But these are all sets that I've shown before as well. Over here, Insect Collection, you've seen that before. Kingfisher, you've seen that before. This is new. a little. It's not official Lego. It's a knockoff one, but a little miniature Millennium Falcon that was from my brother as well. I think I've already shown the little succulent garden, but that's all. Hold on, if I step back a bit, I know my bed's in the way, but that's that shelf is a bit more crowded now. I've started to run out of space, so I've had to try and really cram as many sets as possible onto this shelf. This is the big shelf. But yeah, this year it's really going to be a struggle for space when I get new Lego sets, because I'm really, really running low on space right now. Then here, this is another Star Wars set, which I got from my mum for Christmas this year. This is the Tantive 4. Really, really cool set. Again, so detailed. Absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, I've got a record player as well. That was I've had that for a while now. But there's the Tantive. Absolutely gorgeous set. Again, this one was a present from my mum. And then I also got this bulldozer, which is pretty cool. It's the first Lego City that I've owned for a very long time. I used to have a lot of Lego City as a kid, but not so much anymore. The bulldozer is really cool, though. Really interesting set. And then, obviously, you've seen the facehugger, the bird's nest, and the plane before. Not the space car, though. This is actually a Lego reward that I got with my points that I've been saving up for a while. That'll be included. All of these will be in the next Lego tour video. I just wanted to briefly show them off now so you can see what's new. But yeah, the sets that I got for Christmas are this bulldozer, the Tantive, and then obviously the Droideka. Here's Amber, by the way. Here he is. There we go, he's in there. You can see he's still alive. But yeah, just really not doing well. He's made himself a web, like right at the bottom of the enclosure, which they never normally do. Obviously, they like to live up near the top. So he's in there, and he's still alive and kicking. But it's, like I say, it's not looking too great at the minute for him. Anyway, that's it. That's all we got time for today, really. It's been a good stream. Definitely nice to do a Lego building stream again, because it's been quite a while since we last did one. The Droideka is really cool. Again, such a fantastic, detailed build. I really, really love this. And it will be in the Lego tour video as well. It's been a while since I did a Lego tour video, so there's going to be another one coming this month, hopefully, where I'll talk about the sets that I got for Christmas. Excuse me, and other bits and pieces that I've picked up recently. 1 second. When are you next live, says Lola? Next live stream is going to be Monday. So before we finish up, I just want to mention that as of next week, I'm officially back off my holiday, and I'm going to be back to regular live streams. If you're in the Discord server, check out the announcements channel. I've shared my schedule for this month. I've also posted it as a story on TikTok, so you can see it here. But yeah, I've got lots of streams planned for this month. Next stream is going to be Minecraft on Monday, and then next week I'm also playing I think Outlast on Wednesday and Farming Sim on Friday. But yeah, if you want to see the schedule, you can join the Discord server or you can check out my story. I think that's it. So thank you everyone very much for joining. It's been a great stream. Nice to, kick the year off with a stream on the very first day of the year. The set's great. Absolutely amazing Lego set. Can't wait to get this on display. Really, really cool. And I'm looking forward to getting back into streaming next week. So I'll see you on Monday for Minecraft. If you've enjoyed, follow, subscribe, whatever else. I mean, there's no point saying subscribe because I'm not live on YouTube right now. But follow if you've enjoyed. Join the Patreon, join the Discord, follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, whatever you want to do. There's links in my bio for all of that stuff. And I'll see you on Monday for the next live stream. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you, Charlie. You too. Enjoy your evening, everybody. I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.